With the trail gone cold, police released new pictures of what the fugitives may now look like.
We are concentrating our efforts not only in this vicinity, but throughout the nation and beyond.
There are now 200 fewer officers on the ground. Many roadblocks and armed checkpoints are gone. No significant leads, not one single confirmed sighting in this $1 million a day operation.
The search still has to go on because there's nothing to suggest that they got out of that area.
Resident Jason Donahue says police never searched his 10-acre property.
They could be on the other side of that lilac right now, and we do not know.
They could be anywhere, police say. Two fugitives growing more desperate and dangerous by the day.
While police say they are scaling back their numbers, they also say they are shifting their focus further away from the prison. Tonight there are still canines on the ground and helicopters in the air, simply not at the same numbers they were just last night. Savannah.
All right, Miguel Almaguer, thank you.
Police every 200 feet of every description. I think there was special forces, SWAT teams, state troopers from New York. They won't get much further, I don't think. We're talking thousands of acres of rugged forest.
Quiet in a hurry.
So this gives you a good indication of exactly how things have changed in the last 24 hours. That's a press vehicle. He was trying to go down this road right here, and he's been told to turn around. And these were roads that just yesterday we were able to pass down. And for now, they are really tightening up the security in this area around Owl's Head. This is where, up in the hills, in a hunting cabin, they have found DNA that matches both Richard Matt and David Sweat, according to sources very close to the investigation. They've now locked down this area, which is extremely rugged, lots of bugs. It's been raining here. The search is difficult, but they're continuing.
get 'em, motherfuckers! Get 'em, boys!
Pretty flat. Another.
We got one guy down.
Oh, yay! Yay! They caught one guy? They caught the guy? I don't know. They caught one guy?
This afternoon, as has been reported, there was a civil complaint, civilian complaint in the town of Duane. There was a gunshot that was fired at a camping trailer. The state police responded to investigate the complaint. They came upon a cabin. They went inside the cabin. They detected the smell of gunpowder. The law enforcement partners were then notified, and the Customs and Border Patrol tactical team helicoptered in and approached the site. The team came upon Matt, who was an escaped prisoner from Dannemora, engaged Mr. Matt, who was armed, and Mr. Matt was shot and killed. We have no reason to believe that Mr. Sweat was not with Mr. Matt at the time, but we don't have any confirming evidence that he was either.
Based on that, we continue to search. We have a lot of people in the area. We have canines, and we have a decent perimeter set up, and we're searching for Sweat at this time.
Right now, residents of upstate New York can only hope that the search for a prison escapee is about to end. In fact, that manhunt has been going on for 3 weeks now.
And our Sarah Kanji is live in Malone, New York, where the search is concentrated tonight. Sarah.
New York State Police are now zeroing in on a 22-square-mile area here in Malone, New York, and that area is sealed off by these roadblocks all around the Lake Titus region. Residents can come and go, but not without a police escort.
They have been patrolling with shotguns.
These images taken by Rebecca Gronquist. She's watching troopers patrol outside her home, located within the search area that's been cut off from the public.
Many of the officers that are out there and as good a job that they're doing, I can't really say that I'm scared. It is a tense situation.
New York State Police held a strategy meeting this morning in the Titus Mountain ski area as they continue the intense manhunt in the dense woods of Malone, New York. It's near the site where Richard Matt was shot and killed yesterday afternoon. Checkpoints and roadblocks seal off access to the Lake Titus area. Residents are allowed in, but only with a police escort.
We are not happy with the fact that it's lasted this long. I'm not happy we can't walk our dog 3-4 miles every day because we need to stay at camp for the safety of all of us and our puppies.
Some residents we talked with say troopers patrolling are in military gear. Do they have their guns drawn?
Oh yes, they're in full riot gear, full Kevlar, helmet, and automatic weapons.
Residents say it is tense, but they're hopeful the new focus means the second convict will be caught.
As unnerving as it is to have that large of a presence, I can't help but think that that's what's going to flush him out.
Now, obviously, residents here are hopeful that authorities will catch up with Richard Sweat tonight, but they're hoping that in the least they would find some evidence of his trail before heavy rains are supposed to be setting in tonight and then continuing tomorrow. Live in Malone, New York, Sarah Kanji, WCVB News Center 5.
Disregard that last announcement about chicken dinners and no further notice.
go to Mike Cronin because he is, again, at Alice Hyde Medical Center. And just to update you, we have confirmation tonight that David Sweat has been shot and captured, and that's why Mike Cronin is at the hospital right now. What do you got, Mike?
Yeah, guys, well, we're just outside the entrance of the Alice Hyde Medical Center. Right behind me here, you see police and troopers and also some people out here gathered to check exactly what's going on out here. But as I said earlier, we're up in Route 122 and Route 30, and that's where we saw 2 ambulances as well as several troopers and police cars heading south towards Malone here. And Steve's going to flip around and show you what's going on right here. People applauding as now some of the law enforcement driving off and heading down towards the entrance of the hospital there. Certainly a joyous mood around here from folks, a sense of relief from people here as we have learned that David Sweat has been shot and captured, guys.
Go back that way, please. Thank you.
All right. Thought it was further
back to the curb.
Back to the curb, all right.
Yep, it's right over to the sidewalk,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right.
Cross the street. Okay, cross the street, please.
Cross the street.
About 3:20 today, Sergeant Jay Cook, who's assigned to Troop B, spent most of his career right here in SP Malone, a 21-year veteran, was on patrol. He was supervising perimeter posts up in the area in our continued ground search. As he was driving down the road, he spotted a male who was basically jogging up along the side of the road. He approached him, and as he exited the car, the male turned to him. He says, "Hey, come over here." The male kind of ignored him. He called out to him again, at which time the male turned around, kind of like, you know, what do you want from me? And he recognized him to be David Sweat. And at that time, Sweat turned and fled on foot with the sergeant in pursuit. At some point running across a field, he realized that Sweat was going to make it to a tree line and possibly could have disappeared, and he fired 2 shots from his service weapon, his handgun, hitting Sweat twice in the torso. Local EMS team responded and treated Sweat on the scene. He was airlifted to Alice Hyde Hospital, and he's in stable condition. We had done some investigation of the mass shooting and found there was a camp that we located where we thought maybe they bed down up in the area of Route 41 in Malone, and we were able to obtain some DNA off discarded material there that came back to David Sweat. It was picnic-style pepper shakers, and we believe that possibly these 2 males were using pepper to throw the scent off for the dogs who were tracking him. And we did have difficulty tracking, so you know it was fairly effective in that respect. So he wasn't armed at the time he was apprehended, no.